The angels in heaven were singing, God!
The controversy started with words spoken by the Reverend Jeremiah Wright in his sermons. In one of them, he blames America for a long history of military policies that he says caused the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks.
We bombed Hiroshima, we bombed Nagasaki, and we nuked far more than the thousands in New York and the Pentagon, and we never batted an eye.
Most Americans would not normally have heard about these sermons without Reverend Wright's connection to Democratic presidential candidate Barack Obama. Wright is the retired pastor of Trinity United Church of Christ, where Obama is a member. Obama has called Wright his spiritual mentor and the man who brought him to Christ. But once the fiery pulpit remarks were made public in March and widely disseminated on the internet, Obama condemned them. In a speech, he called Wright's view of the U.S. profoundly distorted. Reverend Wright commented on that Monday.
Politicians say what they say and do what they do based on electability, based on sound bites, based on polls.
Wright says the black church is invisible and misunderstood by what he called the dominant culture, meaning white America.
I said this is not an attack on Jeremiah Wright. It has nothing to do with Senator Obama. It is an attack on the black church launched by people who know nothing about the African-American religious tradition.
Yes. Author Michael Fauntleroy wrote his book Republicans and the Black Vote in this Washington, D.C. coffee house. He says Reverend Wright is reacting defensively by saying the criticism of his comments is an attack on the black church.
I think this is just him coming back home, realizing how much of a controversy it really was, and saying, well, you know, my guy really didn't defend me the way I think he should have, and I need to go out and do this on my own. And I think that's what this is.
Is that narcissistic?
It's human nature. You know, I think who wouldn't want to respond when they're being vilified all over the country?
Fauntleroy adds that Obama's connection to Wright might not affect his chances to win the Democratic Party's nomination, but he could be burned in the general election in November. Meanwhile, on Monday, Obama was campaigning in North Carolina, which holds its primary on May 6th. He made no mention about his former pastor's most recent remarks. Carolyn, Presutti, VOA News.
I am so grateful.